Boom. Making sure that it, yeah, that's good. Should start in a minute. I assume that it says it's 2.5 minutes early, but after the 30-second YouTube delay, streaming delay, there it goes. There we go. Okay, cool. Hey, guys. Good morning. It's 10 a.m. in Texas. And I just wanted to do a stream today and talk to everybody. And hey, there's my nephew in the chat. So good morning once again. I've got Frank and Rob both in the chat. I unmuted you guys. There you go.
Hey guys, how you doing?
What is up?
So somebody comes in and says, no, it's 5 p.m. Sejord, however you say your name, dude. Yeah, you're totally overseas. He says,
Too
no,
early.
yeah. That's cool. Oh, wow. I said it was 10 a.m. in Texas is what I said. So unless you're in El Paso. But yeah, good morning. What's everyone up to today? Did you see me break my antenna yesterday?
No, I did not.
Yeah, broke my antenna yesterday.
Oh no.
So this thing right here. So this matching unit in the TN07, you see this crack in it? Yeah, that's not supposed to be there.
What did you do? Did you drop it?
No, I didn't drop it. I ran 100 watts FT8 through it. It was hot. I was like, oh, whoa. He told me.
And then you dropped it.
Yeah. I emailed the guy yesterday who makes this. His name is Bob. And
Bob.
So many Bobs in amateur radio. But he's like, hey, try it. Once it cools down, try it again and let me know he goes, it should work, even though it's got the crack. I was like, okay, that's cool. I'll try it again. I can always just tune it and see if it tunes. I haven't done it yet, but I might try it later. I checked the 10-meter band earlier and it's not up here. What's it look like out there, Rob?
I haven't been on 10 meters yet today. I was on meetings all morning, but I'll check it in a little bit.
All right. Yeah. I was on
open here yesterday too. From what I was told.
Yeah. I don't have a 6-meter antenna up right now. So it's there's Steve. So I didn't try 6 meters because I don't have a really good way to get on that band right now. I've got this big, huge, like 6 or 8 element Yagi sitting in my backyard. In fact, it's similar to that one that's over my head right now. That's not it, but it's similar to that. And I don't have it put up yet. So I need to get that thing put up. I mean, because, I got this 6-meter Yagi on in the state sale. And actually this lady called me. This was like 2 years ago. This lady called me. She's like, hey, my husband recently died. I've got this tower in my backyard. If you come and take it down, you can have it and you can have the antennas on it. She didn't know what was on it, but there was this really huge 6-meter Yagi on it. And I'm like, okay, yeah, that's going to be fun. So, but how often do you expect 6 meters to be up? I have been in no hurry to deploy that antenna because, 6 meters. Oh yeah. Sometime in the next 5 years, now 6 meters is up. I need to get it up there and I haven't done it yet. So
is this the one in Arlington?
Yeah, it was the one in Arlington. Yeah, it was that one. So
we've got a lot of local activity here on 6. So I get on 6 pretty regularly just to rag chew.
On sideband or FM?
Sideband.
Okay. Oh, that's good to know. Okay.
Yeah, there's a few different groups that just rag chew, a few nets, things like that. So
yeah,
I have a pretty decent antenna. Same as you. I kind of got it. I got it at a hamfest really cheap. I had to fix it, but I got a 5-element beam up there.
Huh. Yeah, I think this one might be 5 elements. It's enormous though.
Yeah.
It's like the size of I bet the elements on it are like 8 or 9 feet long. Something like that. It's and the boom is probably about that again. It's probably 8 feet, an 8-foot boom, something like that. It's I don't even know. See, the thing is about all these antennas, I don't even know what kind it is because they don't mark the antennas at all.
Yeah.
Like, there's not a Cushcraft or a Mosley or anything like that name. I have no idea what it is.
Branding. Who would have thought?
I know mine's an M squared. It's 24 foot long, I think, end to end.
Oh wow, mine's not quite that large.
It's a DXer's antenna, contesters.
Yeah.
Not neither, but I got it for $50. So, and I think they retailed for 500. So whatever.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, then, yeah, you got a good deal then for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Wow. Goodness. Okay. We got Matt in the chat. Tony from Sydney, Australia. Let's see. Who's got the bass playing?
Oh, that's my son kicking the floor upstairs.
Like somebody playing drums.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
they're kicking the floor. I didn't know you guys could hear that. I'll mute
Yeah, I
it.
can hear it. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
You're fine. You're fine.
No, it's fine.
Life-
Yeah, it's fine.
Life happens, Rob.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Let's see. Jake says, now that I am hood rich from my stimulus check, what mobile radio should I buy?
We did a whole video on that.
A whole video on that. Yeah. Well, we did a whole video on the stimulus check. What's your budget, dude? Jake, what's your budget, man? Because I got a couple of examples. In fact, I'll get Steve and Rob to throw in their 2 cents, but Kenwood, ICOM, and Yaesu all have really great dual band radios around the $350 mark, give or take $50, I guess. So Kenwood V71A, ICOM IC2730, and the Yaesu, I guess the FTM 400 is their current model around that range. What do you guys think?
I'm not real familiar with any of those radios, really, but just experience tells me that with those sort of mobile type UHF, VHF radios, just in my experience, the Yaesu ones work a little better. Nothing wrong with the others, but the Kenwoods are pretty good too.
See, I was gonna say Kenwood would be my preference out of those I just named.
They're just a little long in the tooth, but the
True.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't think you can go wrong with any of those, really.
Yeah. If you got a little bit of extra money, the D7 710G has built-in APRS and a much bigger screen, but it's an older rig too. The FTM 400 is probably the newest. Well, I don't know. I don't know if it came out first or the IC2730 did. Those are probably about the same age. The IC2730 was ICOM's answer. They released the ID5100 with a really large screen, touch screen, monochrome screen, but it had D-Star. It was like $700 when it first came out. And people were like, this is great, but I don't want to pay for D-Star. Can you release another rate? So they did the 2730. They removed the D-Star, made the screen a little bit smaller. And it's like it was $350-ish. Of course, now you can get an ID5100 for less than $400. So currently in my truck, I have an ID5100.
I'm agreeing with Peter and Temporary Offline in the chat, the 7300.
7300 is an HF rig, so he was talking about a mobile radio.
Yeah.
I guess that's a good question. When you say mobile radio, I think of a dual band VHF, UHF. So, Jake, when you're asking about a mobile radio, what bands are you asking about? Are you asking about something like an all-inclusive IC7000?
He did say a DMR radio, ? Jake Southern.
Yeah, that's who had the question in the chat. Of course, Matt says 7300 and 891, both of which are HF rigs. The 7300 is not a mobile radio. It's a great radio. It's just not a mobile radio.
See, there's an argument there I always have with people. For me, the 7300 has that price point where if you compare that with the 891 at $600, your antenna tuner at $200, your sound interface at $200, and you still don't have a spectrum scope. And you've got the same footprint now with the tuner and the external sound interface.
Mm-hmm.
So you're actually spending more money on the 891 to get less functionality. I've got both. I like both. But if I had to choose, 7300 all the way. Plus that touch screen. Easy menus.
I agree with everything you just said. Plus, and I make no apologies when I say this. Mike doesn't like it when I say this. I'm not a big Yaesu fan. Some of their stuff is good. Their older stuff is good. I've got an FT101EE right back behind the curtain there. If you're talking about the newer stuff, Yaesu's my least favorite. I'll put it that way. I'd much rather have an ICOM HF rig any day of the week. I guess that, just like Rob said about the VHF, UHF mobile, Kim was just long in the tooth, even on their HF stuff. They haven't come out with anything new recently. But I just, if you're talking HF, I'd much rather have Icon than a Yaesu any day. But yeah, the 891, I had one of those for a while. The filtering on it's real good. I really like the notch filter, but you're right. Yeah, no internal tuner, no touch screen, which whatever. But it doesn't have a band scope, waterfall, and all that kind of good stuff too. So, and plug and play for the digital modes, man. A USB cable, plug into your computer, done. So,
yeah.
Yep.
If I was going to run strictly mobile, I'd say the 891, just because I have a small car.
Yeah.
It fit better if you don't need the tuner. But if you need the tuner, then the argument changes, like Steve said. So then you got to think about it. And if you're going to run it mobile, what kind of room do you have?
Yeah, 891 plus the FC50 plus the ATAS. I mean, you're again off the charts in price.
Yeah.
Good radio, but
what I mean, you're talking about an ATAS, which is a Yaesu antenna, by the way, and they match up really nicely to the Yaesu mobile radio. So you're probably going to be running that antenna anyhow if you're going with the 7300 mobile, right? I mean, what kind of antenna are you going to put on a 7300 if you put it in your car? Probably screwdriver. I mean, if you got a $1,200 stimulus check and you only spend $900 on a 7300, I would buy a screwdriver antenna.
Yeah, buy everything. Spend every dollar you can on that antenna next.
Exactly. Yeah, totally. So, yeah, Matt says Flex 6400. Matt, are you
He's a little more stimulated than the rest of us.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Matt, let me know if you have access to a webcam, dude. Webcam and headset at the moment right now. I assume you're not at work since you're talking in the chat.
He might be at work.
Huh?
The Kenwood 480 might be a decent choice too. You can get that with an internal tuner.
Which one did you say?
The Kenwood 480. Again, long in the tooth, but a good radio. And size-wise, probably compromised between the 891 and the 7300. I'm not sure.
Yeah, and you can, even if you wanted to, you could get the HX model.
Yeah, but then you lose the tuner, I think.
Oh, does it? Okay, see, I didn't know that. I'm not real familiar with that radio. Never owned one.
Neither am I really, but I think that's the trade-off. Maybe you guys know.
Okay, all right. Well, cool. Well, good. No. And Matt says he's at work. Chuck says that Chuck KK6USY, who was with us on our Mount Pacifico expedition, he says that they don't make the TS480 anymore.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either. Herb Mooney says, so no love for the 991A. Not real. You know what? A buddy of mine down in South Texas has a 991A, and I asked him if I could borrow it to do some testing on it. Because honestly, I've never used the 991A. When Yaesu first released the 991, the original one, it was $1,600 and it had a big recall. They had a bunch of problems with it. But they came out with the A model, and my understanding is that they've solved all the issues with them. I just, again, like I said a minute ago, never been a really big Yaesu fan. So,
I always forget about the 991A. I've never used one. I don't know anybody who has one, but that might be a decent radio. I don't really know. Yeah.
All right. So Jake says he's not really looking for HF, more of UHF, VHF, DMR.
Anytone 878.
Anytone D578. Well, he's talking about a mobile radio.
Okay, not a handheld.
Right. The D578. Where did mine go? Mine's around here somewhere.
Probably behind that big green screen.
It might be.
Uh-oh. Don't look behind the curtain, folks.
I don't know. I think it's over there somewhere. Yeah, the Anytone D578, which is a tri-band, 2-meter, 220, 440. It's only 5 watts on 2-meter, or 220 rather.
But K6 UDA's in the chat.
Oh, is he?
Get him the link. Get him on the show.
Oh, well, I sent the link in an email.
Come on, Bob.
Yeah, Bob. Oh, yeah. People have the internet time to wake up here on the West Coast.
Yeah.
Bob, check the link. I sent you an email, bro. You can join us on the live stream. But yeah, the Anytone D578, it's sold by various vendors out there. Of course, I usually try to point people to R&L Electronics. Unless you're in the state of Ohio, you shouldn't have to pay sales tax if you order from rnl.com. There's 4 models of that radio. The biggest one is $399, which includes APRS, GPS, and Bluetooth. The smallest one is they're all the same size. The least featured one, they take away APRS and Bluetooth completely, and it's just the radio. And I think it's around $250, $275, somewhere in there. But I'd suggest getting the one with Bluetooth is really fun. The Bluetooth feature works really good. So, I've had good luck with it.
I like KJ7 MPI's comment here. I set the alarm so I'll make sure I was up for this.
Where in the world are you? Alarm at 10 a.m. KJ7. You're in the States.
It could be, the West Coast.
Yeah, but still, it's 8 o'clock there. That's what Bob was saying. So, I have my phone. So
they don't have to drive into the office anymore.
That's true. Yeah, you can roll out of bed and go to work.
That's what I do.
So
yeah, my work is a couple of feet from my bed, so
right.
I got no excuse.
Yeah. Oh, that feels like too much the dorms for me. I can't have a computer in my bedroom anymore.
Oh no, I never had a problem with that. So there's 2E0 Echo Z Tango saying hello to you, Steve.
Yeah. Send him a link for the chat.
What is that? What's his name again?
I know you were going to ask. I knew I was going to forget it too.
Yeah. That's not Chris. Has a digital analog ham on YouTube. Has a 2 Echo 0 call sign, but that's not him.
Yeah, Echo Zulu Tango is the guy that shows up in Callum's videos all the time.
Right.
I subscribe to his channel too.
Yeah, I know who he is.
Carl, right?
Carl. Okay, Carl. Good. Yeah, it's Carl. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he just told us. He schooled us.
All right. Yeah. There you go. Jake says he's taking his test on Saturday. Dude, where are you taking it? Where are you taking your test? Okay, so here's the thing. I'm going to say this real quick. Okay, Matt's trying to join the chat, join the stream, but he's not in there quite yet. So there are, gosh, you know what? I was going to have that link ready and I forgot it. There are places to sign up and take the online testing right now. So,
it is hamstudy.org/sessions, I believe.
Sessions, that's it. That's what I'm looking for. Yes. And most of the online stuff is being done through GLARG, which is the Greater Los Angeles Amateur Radio Group. And right here, you can go click that link and look around for online testing sessions. They are backed up, man. You're going to have to wait probably a couple weeks or more, but there is online testing happening at this moment in time. So, all right, Matt. Hello, Matt. All right, looks like he might be frozen.
I'm sending Carl the link to the stream.
Yeah, send Carl. Yes, I don't have his.
I had to dig it up. He doesn't have it on his About page on his YouTube channel. What's that about?
He didn't have what on his About page?
He doesn't have his email address. I had to look him up on qrz.com.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't think I've ever emailed with him that I recall. But Matt, wave to the camera when you can. Yeah, he's on his phone, so I think he's having connection issues. He said he's waiting on a shipment or something. He's at work, but he's in the truck. So
his truck's probably getting pumped up with diesel, he said.
Could be, yeah.
Waiting.
Yeah.
So he's got a good 20 minutes.
He said 45.
Yeah.
Oh, well, there you go.
It's a big truck.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, must be. Sheesh. But
he's got room for a 7300 in his truck then. That's big enough.
Totally. Yeah. He's totally got room for 7300 in his truck.
Well, what kind of dipole could you put up on top of a 110-foot long trailer? That'd be nice.
Ooh, be worth an experiment.
That'd be fun. That'd be fun. Yeah.
Watch out for that 11-foot 8 bridge.
All right.
Yeah.
200 gallons, Chuck says.
Can you use the tanker as your grounding plane?
Oh, wow.
That would be, yeah, you could. It's just a matter of securing the antenna to the vehicle when you're doing 70 miles an hour down the road. So
details.
So the reason I've been wanting to do a live stream for a while because everyone's stuck at home. Isn't it really cool that the bands decided to open up now that everyone is stuck at home? Isn't that really cool?
Yeah,
what are the odds of that? Everybody's been complaining the band's been dead for years, and now they start to open up when everyone's stuck at home. That's just really fun. So,
so did the stimulus package include a band stimulus as well?
I don't. You know what? That's a good question. I don't know.
Here comes the conspiracy theorist. Hey, Carl.
Yeah, there's Carl.
Conspiracy theorist with the lower RF impact because everybody's staying home and nobody's making any noise, so the band's open.
Well, that's one theory, I guess. Yeah. Philip says, I actually heard 10 meter activity on 10 meters last night. Yes, I did a very impromptu live stream yesterday and made several FT8 contacts on 10 meters before I melted my antenna.
Literally lit the antenna on fire.
Yeah. Yeah. I was like, man, I need an egg. I need a raw egg. I need to fry an egg on this thing real quick. So, because it would have done it. But Jimbo in the chat says the British contingent. And then yeah. What's up, Carl? How are you?
Yeah, good. Yeah, surviving.
Good.
Yeah, a little bit of lockdown loopy in the UK, but we're doing all right.
They still let you guys have the sunlight over there? What's up with that?
Yeah, we've actually had some sun. It's been strange few days of sunshine.
Oh gosh.
Do we know if Callum's joining us?
Did you send him the link? I didn't send him anything.
I sent the link to the YouTuber's email address. So I don't know if Callum's awake right now. What time is it there? Like 4 in the afternoon? So
yeah, he has a afternoon nap.
I think I heard it after actually. Yeah. I woke up this morning and I looked at my phone and I'm like, he had just ended his live stream. So he must live stream at like 5 a.m. my time.
Yeah.
Because I think it's 11 for him. So that's correct. But yeah, he didn't go as long this morning as what he has. Because I try to hop into his live stream in the mornings when I have, when he's still going. But no, hopefully, let me check my email real quick. Boom. Oh gosh. Yeah, a few people replied.
What time is it over there for you chaps then?
What was that?
What time is it for you chaps now? Is it
it's 10:20 a.m. where I'm at.
11:20 here.
Cool.
Okay, so if you guys didn't see Hosh's reply to the email, he's like, just post it. No one is going to care if we have a nuclear middle 2 key timing on it going live, talking about our promo. And then Mike comes along and says, the 100K channel has spoken. So, so I think I'm going to play this.
Yeah, play it now.
I think
we can always do the other thing later too.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to play this now.
Sneak peek.
Breaking news.
I was kind of hoping Bob would join.
Bob's here in backstage.
Is he? Oh, wait a minute. Let me scroll down.
He's in the chat. He's not in the video.
I know. There he is. I see him. Bob. There you go.
Holy crap. There I am.
Breaking quarantine.
There you are. 6 is the limit on this one. So when Frank drops off here in like 10 minutes, I'll be able to add someone else. So I think I'm going to hold on. Okay. I think I'm going to play this, Bob.
How about it?
Okay, here goes. This is going to be fun. Everyone watch this.
Buckle up and subscribe because it's going to be fun.
Yeah. Bummed that Hamvention isn't happening this year?
Yeah, so are we.
Just like you, we're looking forward to seeing all the new radios.
Antennas, ham radio toys,
seeing all the industry folks,
learning new skills, and getting the latest information.
We were also looking forward to seeing other creators.
And having a beer or two.
or maybe a little crown.
Yeah, we were bummed.
But we came up with an idea. We're getting together live.
But isolated.
And we want to bring you the latest.
The great.
And the largest virtual ham radio show ever attempted.
Ever.
On Saturday, May 16th, 2020.
Join all of us YouTubers
as we gather live on each of our channels
and bring you everything new,
cool,
and amazing in ham radio technology.
Join me.
And me.
And
some of these
guys.
All day Saturday.
Along with
all of us.
For the YouTubers Hamfest.
We'll see you there, okay, guys? Later.
Oh, give a round of applause for Bob Brodowski, ladies and gentlemen, please. Oh my gosh, that was so cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. So, oh goodness. Okay, so big announcement that we've been sitting on for a little bit. On May 20th for is it May 20th? May 16th.
May 16th.
May 16th. Okay.
You could do that. You could do it on May 20th.
Yeah. We're going to be running.
I think it's a Tuesday.
Yeah, right. We're going to be running a virtual hamfest type thing. We're going to we've invited a lot of vendors to come on there, and the guys from Hamvention are going to kick us off in the morning, and it's going to be a really fun show. And at the end of the day, we're going to do a happy hour, virtual drinking games. So.
Ham pong.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So, awesome. That's going to be fun. More to come on that. Watch everyone's channel. Everyone's channel will have announcements and news on that upcoming.
Yes.
So that is fun.
Definitely.
So what are you up to, Bob? Did you just wake up?
Yeah, just a little while ago. I got grandkids spending the night here. I got one that just walked into the studio. She's, I don't know what she's doing. No, can't take that box. Why? Because I'm on TV. Go away.
I'm on. Oh, that's good.
Let's see. You know what, Jason? Before you show that again, you might want to go back through and edit the tags in it or the name, because the working name thing that I had showed up when you played the video.
Oh, that's just the name of the file.
Yeah, I know. And you need to. I changed it.
Right.
I thought I changed it, but it came through as what is the original file name.
Yeah.
Show.
That's what it's called. That's the file name. Well, no, it's not. The file name says that must be something in the file name I have says Hamfest promo with music.
Yes.
There must be something in the back end or something. But okay,
something in the back end, because I was like, "Ooh, that's gonna leave a mark."
Yeah.
Bob's worried about language. What?
Yeah.
Something in the coding. How's that?
Yeah.
There's a okay. I'm probably gonna upload that to my channel as an unlisted video, and then just share the link and on my community page and Facebook and wherever. So,
perfect.
Frank and I will talk about that on our regularly scheduled live stream this coming Sunday as well.
Mm-hmm. Wow. You know what? I wish I had a sidekick. I mean, you and Hosh, you guys are like the big time. I'm like this small-time guy. I'm the producer, director, the guy behind the camera, everything. I'm everything.
Well, that's pretty much what I mean. I pretty much do everything myself. Frank comes on to the show and plays like the guy who doesn't know anything that I have to answer questions for. So he's really good at that.
Fantastic actor.
Awesome. Yep.
So
and photos and holding the camera when we're at live events.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I need a sidekick guy. I need somebody to do that.
It's good. It's good to have one. Yeah, I was
Right, double your salary.
Yeah. Yeah.
You need a Vanna White or something like that.
That's probably more your style, Bob.
That would be more my style, but you know what? They want way too much.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's for sure.
They do.
It's always something. What do we got here? I really like this software.
Even when they're your kids.
Oh yeah.
Even when they're your kid,
it
costs you even more. Then it's, hey Dad, can I have $100?
Oh gosh. All right,
all right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and drop.
All right, Frank.
I'll be watching on YouTube when I get free again.
Cool, man. Thanks for joining us.
Catch you later, Brian.
See you later.
So if before Carl and Bob, before you guys got here, somebody was asking in the chat, what's your to keep it ham radio related? What is your he's getting a stimulus check and he's getting his license, or he's taking his test on Saturday. He's wondering what mobile radio to put in his car. So your opinion.
What do you want to do with a mobile radio? That's first of all, that's my biggest thing.
Mhm.
If all you care about is FM repeaters, and you don't see yourself ever wanting to do DMR, D-Star, or Fusion, go buy yourself a cheap used just an analog radio and run with that for a while until you figure out what you want to do. If, on the other hand, you've been playing with this stuff a little bit and you kind of have an idea of where you want to go, the new 578 from Anytone is out there. That's a tri-band radio, by the way.
Yeah, we were talking about that one.
Okay, so that one's coming up on my channel one of these days. I'll have a review coming up. But the FTM 400 is out there, which is a great radio. I own 2 of them. The ICOM ID 5100, I own 2 of those. The 100, the FTM 100 is out there. There's a ton of radios out there that will get the job done. It just depends upon how much money you A, want to spend, B, have to spend, and what features are important to you.
Yeah, I quite like the idea of the FTM 100 because it gives you lots to play with. You've got the standard FM repeaters, but then you can also use the fusion side of it. You've also got APRS that you can play with, so it gives you lots of options for really enjoying, really digging into what a radio can do. So it could be a standard radio, but can also turn it into a node. You can also run it completely through a 4G connection if you wanted to. So yeah. I do like the digital radios. They're very versatile.
Do you guys over there where you're at, Carl, do a lot of mobile VHF UHF repeater work? We don't do the people that travel a lot on the motorways. So people that do delivery drivers and go from job to job, they tend to rely on either FM repeaters, but very much digital repeaters and digital gateways. So there's a lot of people that use the HubNet and CQ UK and those sorts of systems. If you're driving around town, unless you're very lucky, you might not have a repeater that you can get to enough. So I'd say a lot of the people that travel more tend to value the mobile. Well, the UK is a smaller country as well, so for us, a 2-hour journey is a long journey. But for you guys, I guess that's just to the local shops, probably. It's yeah, can be. What about HF? What about the guys traveling around that are not delivery guys? Are they more on HF over there in the mobiles, or?
Not so much. No, I don't hear so much about. We do have people that actually drive to a location, like I do sometimes, and stick on the ham stick or whatever, and then play some. There's a lot of lunchtime HF going on. You eat your lunch in the car, stick on a ham stick on the back of your car, make a few contacts, and go back to work. So, static mobile rather than mobile HF.
Right. Yeah. Well, it sounds like a Parks on the Air activation out here.
Yes. That's just starting to take off now.
Right.
So we are getting some leeway with that. Yeah. Well, we did. Oh.
Cool.
Oh, so JD asked, what about 10-meter mobile? So good question. If you think that's kind of a direction you want to go, you need to be looking more at an IC 7100 or what is it, the Yaesu 857, which are both mobile radios that do HF 2 meters 440. I don't know, is there the Kenwood 480 TX 480?
Yeah,
480.
Just HF
480. And that one does 200 watts, which is a plus on a date. But, definitely if that's kind of a direction that you think you see yourself going, look at one of those radios.
Mm-hmm.
It's an all-in-one kind of a radio. And, to me, when I'm in the vehicle, I kind of like an all-in-one solution.
Right.
And there really isn't one. I mean, if you want to do DMR and Fusion and D-Star, you're going to have 3 different radios or one of these.
Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody's saying in the chat that 857 has been discontinued, which is true. But you know what? So is the IC7000, and I love that radio. So, but yeah, somebody mentioned where was it? Oh yeah, Jake says okay. It sounds like the D578 is going to fit his needs. He's going to hit up HRO. I'm pretty sure. I don't know if HRO sells that radio. Do they?
I'm not sure.
I don't know.
I didn't think they were selling some DMR stuff there for a very short period of time, and I thought they stopped.
I got a feeling your best bet for a 578 is going to be Bridgecom. I mean, just honestly, they've kind of got they've got a DMR radio, and they've got a limited number or a limited amount of radios that they sell.
Yeah.
But their back end experience, I guess, is way better than an HRO or a Gigaparts for those particular radios.
For the DMR, for sure. Yeah, they've got a really good support structure set up there.
They do. They teach you how to use it. They'll even set the thing up for you if you want. So, I mean, I would recommend going to somebody like that.
Yeah,
if that's the radio you want.
Right. Yep. Is that you, Rob?
Oh, can you hear me clicking?
No. It's not a click. It's like a feedback or something.
I don't know.
It might not be. I don't know. I heard something, but anyway. Well, good. Yeah. No, I think this guy Jake, who's taking his test on Saturday. He had asked about a mobile radio, so I start talking about VHF, UHF, and then Steve brought up the 891 and the 7300, and I'm like, well, that's a good point. Are you talking about HF or VHF, or what are you talking about? And then the guy in the chat, Jake, he came back later and said, well, what about DMR? And I think that was kind of like the unanimous response was the D578.
Okay. Yeah. Now, honestly, I have my 578 sitting over here in the corner, and I haven't touched it. I haven't unboxed it yet because I've got I have this microphone this stand that I have to do a review on today, and then I'm going to get to the 578. That's going to be part of my digital Dayton series. So, what it is. Okay. I haven't even looked at it yet.
I've got three videos up about that radio on my channel. So I got one of those early on when they first came out because I do a lot more DMR than some of you guys do. Like Bob, you do a lot more D-Star than I do. But yeah, I wanted to get that one up immediately, and it's been up there for a while. I need to do some follow-ups on it because there's been some firmware updates since I did my last one and whatnot. But it's a solid unit. It's really good shack radio. It doesn't have a detachable face, and that's one of the main complaints about it. But as far as performance of the radio goes, it doesn't affect performance at all. It's just not as convenient to mount in smaller cars. So I've just kept mine in my shack here and used it on local repeaters and whatnot. It worked. I've been very happy with it.
Yeah. What I'm excited about it is more about the tri-band capability.
Yeah.
And radio will get me a few more watts out on 220. We've got a couple of 220 repeaters around here. They're very, very hard to work on a handheld.
Well, you're not going to get much better performance on the 578 because it's limited to 5 watts on 220.
Well, most of these, like this is limited to, I think like what, 1.5 watts on 220.
Is it that low? Okay.
I think they're very, very tuned down.
Okay.
So 5 watts on 220 with an exterior antenna is going to do quite a bit better than a Bofang with that little bendy.
If you get some gain on some antenna, that should be okay.
Hey,
Can I say
in?
Can't say asshole.
What's up, Ape?
Not much. How's everybody doing?
Oh, pretty good.
Fantastic. Good to have you here.
Thanks. I can only stay a little bit. I got to get on a work call, unfortunately.
Did Bob drop?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I need to dash in a few minutes as well. So,
okay.
Yeah.
When it's time, I'll just wave and then drop out.
Okay. Thanks for joining, Carl. Appreciate you coming on the stream. So yeah. Okay. So what's up, Ape? What are you up to today? Are you working?
Yeah, I've just been on conference calls all day, and then I saw that you were going live in the Discord, so I figured I'd jump in between calls.
Okay. Okay. There's Bob.
I thought I chased him off.
Yeah, I thought you did too.
He's like, I'm out of here.
I don't know,
Bob
man.
got better looking.
I figured you guys kicked me out.
No, kick you out. No, you left, dude. I thought you probably clicked on something. I don't know what you. So good deal. Yeah, but it's always fun, man. It's always fun. So what are you guys doing? Anybody working ham radio today?
I'm waiting for my DX Commander antenna to dry from all the snow we got in the last couple of days. The driven element plate and the ground plane, the reflector plate, actually are now electrically connected with very wet snow.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Goodness.
There's a 80-meter contest on in the UK tonight.
Oh, nice.
So I'm going to try and catch some of that on video as well, and then do a little video on the 80-meter contest.
Oh, good. That would be fun to see. That would be I would enjoy watching that.
Yeah, the 80 meters in the UK, the contest's a lot different than a 20-meter contest. It's a bit more relaxed and a bit more cup of tea chaps and hello there. Yes, it's a 5 and 9 and 004 and very. So it's a bit more. There's less fever than you get on 20 meters in the contest.
Okay.
Must be lower prize money too, then, right?
Yes, there is. Yeah.
Yeah. There's always that. Sheesh.
I've actually been. I finally started getting into digital modes a little bit now that I'm sitting here, and I've been doing some digital modes while I'm working during the day. Not constantly during the day, but a little bit in the morning and
like digital HF.
Yeah, FT8 stuff like that.
Okay.
I was playing with Whisper this morning, so
cool.
having fun with that.
I saw your post about that. You said you didn't seem too excited about it.
Yeah, I can do it while I'm working, but to just sit there and do it, it's not my thing. Because I sit here and work on the computer all day. I don't want to stare at the computer when I'm not working. So
yeah, I'm pretty into it. My house, I have teenage girls and Italian wife whose family are from New York. And, it's just so loud that doing phone is really not too much of an option, just because there's music and TV, and it's just always the dog. I have a Yorkie barking night and day. So
there you go. Yeah, it's a good option then for you.
Yeah, and I'm into computers, so I do it all like on Raspberry Pi and stuff. I actually
Time
like
out.
it.
Okay, KC3LEE.
Yeah.
Lehman.
What does he want?
He says that 10 meters is wide open, and I got 10 meters on right now, and there ain't a thing going on.
I saw
Why does everybody keep getting me all jacked up for this? And I turn it on. And
you got to call C2, man.
Oh, dude.
Nothing happens if you don't call.
Hold on a second. You know what?
I'm not hearing anything.
I'm going to show you what 10 meters looks like in my area. That's FT8, of course. But my problem is that I'm listening right now on a 40-meter dipole, and it won't tune. I can't get it to tune down to 10 meters.
Yeah, I'm not hearing anything. I've got a 10-meter antenna too, so it's quiet here.
Yeah, that's the FT8 activity on 10 meters right there in Texas.
Uh-oh.
So
everybody froze.
Everybody froze?
Somebody's breaking up.
I think it's Bob. I see Rob and Steve. I see you guys moving just fine.
Yeah, Bob doesn't have 10 meters or internet.
His internet.
He's got
10 meters.
California just nationalized the internet.
Oh no.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
he's
going to dash
frozen.
now.
He's frozen.
Nice to meet you all anyway. I'm going to dash.
All right,
All right, Carl,
Carl.
thanks for joining
man.
Yeah, we'll see you
Appreciate
later.
it.
Good to meet you.
See you. Yep. See you later.
See
Take
ya.
care.
Bye.
Ham Radio Concepts posted a video yesterday of 10 meters in Florida, and it looked pretty good.
Yeah. I did some before I melted this antenna. I did, I don't know, 8 or 10 contacts on 10 meter FT8, and it was booming in here. So,
What happened to the you run too many watts through it, or what happened?
well, I don't know. I emailed him last night, and he said, Bob, if you come back in, wave at me, because right now you look frozen. He said, I said, because he says it'll work 100 watts on CW, and I'm like, okay, if it would, now you're not keyed down the whole time on CW, I understand that, but I thought that it would be, and I was only running 80 watts through it. So he goes, no, he goes, I really think that it should have handled that. He goes, he wanted me to wait for it to cool down and then plug it back up and try it again and see if it would tune. I haven't had a chance to do that yet today. So I'm going to put this back on the antenna here probably after we end the stream and try to do some 10 meter and see if it'll tune. And if not, then he said he'd send me another one, and that's cool. But I asked him, he's like, maybe we should put it up there that you shouldn't run 100 watts FT8 through it. He goes, he's a CW guy, so he's like, I don't do FT8. So,
right.
But I mean, it said if you look at the website, it says 100 watts. It doesn't say 100 watts PEP or SSB or anything like that. It just says 100 watts. So, running 80 watts FT8 through it, I thought it would be okay. But, and I don't know, that's what killed it. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. I don't know, but that's what I did my last 3 POTA activations on. Of course, I was just doing sideband there.
Right.
But worked great. Worked the Canadian station every time.
Yeah, I have the LG Pro 2 tuner, and I didn't realize that it was rated at 50 watts for digital modes. And I was running 75 through it for a while. And then I realized that it hasn't been a problem, but just didn't know. It was funny because I told a couple other folks the same, and they were like, "Oh my god, I didn't know either. I've been pushing 100."
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean,
probably not that big of a deal.
If it's where, you know what? Did it tune?
Yeah, it worked fine. I mean, so
okay.
There's no issue with it. So,
well, that's good. That's good. Okay. Saw K8MRD in the chat a little bit earlier. Let's see. K6ARK portable radios in the chat. If you guys want to join us on the stream, I've got 2 open slots. I can have up to 6 people on the stream. Hit me up in Discord or send me an email. I'll send you the link to the live stream.
Is that always the limitation, or is that because it's a free version?
This is not the free version. I bought 1 month.
Oh, cool.
So I think there's a free version, a paid version, and then a higher paid version. And the paid version, there's only 2 paid versions. I got the lowest one. And I think it's a limitation of that version. So I think if I got the higher paid version, it would allow like 10, something like that. But I'm just testing this out. I bought it for 1 month. I thought, well, I'll try it out and see. I like how switchable it is, but it only streams at 720p. That's the highest resolution you can go. And you get more control with Streamlabs. You get more control about screen sharing and plugins and green screens and that kind of thing. So this will all do it, but I'm actually using the OBS virtual cam right now.
Oh, nice.
Running into the StreamYard. So so my green screen that you see right now is actually OBS, not the StreamYard software. So
yeah, I heard that StreamYard was very popular. I saw a video on it a couple days ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm using OBS to do my green screen, and then I'm actually doing a screen capture from OBS with a tool called Cam Twist that then a virtual camera into the StreamYard. There's no real virtual camera for OBS on Mac OS, so it's definitely
that's why I can't find it.
It's definitely a very kludgy workaround.
Yeah.
But,
I'm trying to install Windows 10 so I can do a HDMI capture for an upcoming video, and it's like, why doesn't it support a MacBook directly?
Yeah, it drives me crazy.
I don't know. Yeah. Huh.
So I'm back to looking at buying the Win 10 machine. I was looking at some of them earlier. I don't want to spend the money. Obviously, I'm a cheap bastard, I guess. But
yeah,
it's like I'm going to buy it for one thing. Just buy $1,000 machine for a virtual cam. It just doesn't.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what kind of processing power and memory and all that you're looking for, but there's a guy out here that comes to the local hamfests, and he sells computers, he sells monitors, and he sells Macs, and he sells Dells and Macs, and he has laptops and desktops and towers and external monitors and all that kind of good stuff. I bought my last 3 laptops from him. Of course, I buy the Dell, not the Mac, but I just got a 15-inch Inspiron 6510, I think it was, for $200. And it has an 8-core processor, i7 8-core processor with 8 gigs of RAM.
Yeah, I think that was my work computer at my last company.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'll put you guys in touch with that guy if you want to. But you can call him and tell him you know me and see what kind of his stock changes all the time. So no idea what he has today, but
he won't raise the price if we tell him we know you.
Well, I don't know. I can't guarantee that. Let's do oh yeah, okay. So Mike's putting in the chat right now, or in the Discord. Steve and Ape, let's do a Zoom meeting about your screen grab so we can all learn from you. So that's you guys are all Mac guys. That's what I'd like to know that for sure. I mean,
yeah. I'm up for it.
Might be something that works. Might be something to learn from it still. So be cool. But awesome. Mike, are you at work? Okay, K6ARK says, just got some stuff to support streaming. Would love to join sometime, but working day. Okay, that's fine. Well, this streaming, all you really need is a webcam, a decent microphone, and a browser. I'm doing
all I have, and I don't even have a decent microphone.
Yeah. All right, Mike says he's at work. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure how many of you guys worked from home and how many. I know Josh goes into work. I know he's essential. He kept saying, "Yeah, I'm essential." but I wasn't sure. Wasn't sure.
We all get a problem.
Yeah.
We all pay taxes. I guess that's essential, right?
I guess so. I guess so.
My corporate headquarters, our corporate campus is shut down, so you can't go in unless you do shipping and receiving. So they're the only ones that are going in.
Oh, okay. Okay. So
my place is a mix.
Like we drive at home.
Huh.
Yeah, our place, if you don't need to touch product, then they were asking us to stay home. So
yeah. At first I was like, "This would be great. I save money on gas, dry cleaning, and all that stuff." But I can't wait to get back in the office now. I'm just like,
I'm here.
Like the work from home stuff's driving me crazy. It's just too many challenges add up.
Oh, see, my last job, I worked from home for a year and a half. That was 100% work from home. That's anytime I go find a new job in the future, I'm gonna try to get work from home if at all possible. I love working from home. Of course,
I've been doing it for about 10 years. You can't beat it.
Yeah, same here. I don't have kids. My wife and I don't have kids. She's working from home today during this whole thing, but she usually goes to her office in Dallas. So I got the whole house to myself when I'm working from home most of the time. So it's easy that way. But
so Camping Concepts is asking if we do YouTube full time, and it looks like closer we get with these quarantine issues, the more full time YouTubers we're going to become.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I do YouTube full time. It just doesn't give me a full time salary. So, there's a difference. So, yeah, I feel like I'm doing YouTube full time these days. I sure do spend a lot of time on it.
You're uploading a ton of videos.
Yeah. I just kind of, I kind of thought, since everybody's stuck at home and boy, that ham radio has become popular right now just because everybody's stuck at home and a little bit fearful for the emergency communications and whatnot. So I've just been kind of sharing as much information as I could about that. ARRL, my section manager, my division director of ARRL have been really open and communicative with me, and I've just been having a good time talking to everybody. So
that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, Camping Concepts is asking if you guys work. How do you balance it? I don't post as many videos as most of these guys. I'm lucky if I get one out once a week, and I kind of do stuff when the family is doing other things. So like I do all my editing when my wife and son are asleep. Stay up late, and then shooting the videos. That's sort of my free time, anyway, a lot of times. So I don't know. I find a way to do it, but again, I'm not, posting the kind of volume these guys are.
Yeah, I don't know how you guys' wives are, but my wife likes to watch those How to Kill Your Husband videos, all the crime TV shows. So whenever she's watching those, I'm in here making a video myself.
Oh, there you go.
If I go dark, I'm not posting a video. Call the police.
Wow. Oh, wow. Goodness.
That was humor, sarcasm, in case you guys didn't catch that on the chat there.
Yeah.
I post about one a week, and they're pretty short format, around 10 minutes or something like that. So I have a backlog of a lot of videos I want to do, but just the time to get the cameras out and set everything up, and like where I record is at a work desk. All my radio stuff's in another room, so it's like, if I want to do something, it's a production. I just don't get the time to really do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, from some of the videos I do, if anybody has seen my channel, is I kind of mix in some what I'll call repair videos. So like if I have to fix something around the house, I make a video about it. So I'm kind of doing double duty there. And then over time, the revenue from the repair video will pay for the repair. So
nice.
That's kind of how I do it. And then it nets a little extra money to buy radio stuff too.
Great. Yeah, I get a little bit from AdSense. It's enough to invest back into the hobby, and
right.
Nothing big. Well, I gotta jump. I gotta join a work call, so I appreciate
All right, man.
Appreciate the opportunity to join. Take care and keep your hands clean, everybody.
Yeah, catch you later, Smokey.
Yeah, see you.
Wash your hands.
I gotta run too. I got some work.
Okay, Rob.
Care of, but catch you guys later. Thanks for setting us up.
Yep. Thanks a lot. Thanks for joining. Appreciate it. Oh, and then there were two.
Yep.
Cool. Well, one thing I wanted to ask my audience today is, y'all were talking about, or Ape was talking about a backlog of videos, and I've got, if I could find the page here, I've got all of the. Every time I get a new idea for a video, I write it down, and basically looks like that. All this stuff down here.
Yep.
I've got 2 or 3 pages in here. Here's some that I started writing down. All the ones with cross through it. This is what I've already done, but this is the stuff that is not crossed out. It's what I haven't done yet. So, but one thing I wanted to ask the audience was, what kind of videos do you want to see? I can come up with stuff all day long, and most of the time I'm trying to follow trends. Like if there's a new radio that's out, new antenna that's out, like the current situation, the remote testing has been a huge topic, that kind of thing. But what kind of videos does the audience want to see? I am working on. Oh, you know what? I should talk about this real quick. So, for those of you, let me get back over here. For those of you that have friends that are interested in getting into amateur radio, or perhaps you don't have your license yet, because I know that Jake was saying he's taking his test on this coming weekend, and maybe some people are watching the channel that doesn't have that that don't have their license yet. We're going to do a live stream. I am going to live stream a class given by the Hearst Amateur Radio Club, which is a city here in Mid Cities, and they do classes like that every year. They do 2 technician classes and 2 general classes every year, one of each in the fall and one of each in the spring. Can't do that right now because of the current situation going on. So I hit them up a couple weeks ago and I'm like, what about live streaming one? So that's what we're going to do. I just put a link in the chat and I've shared it on my Facebook page, and I've shared it on my YouTube community tab, and I'll continue to share it a bunch of times between now and then. But obviously it's free. It'll be a YouTube live stream. Come in. He's going to go through the entire curriculum about the current technician question pool. And we're going to do it over 3 nights. It's going to be about 2 to 3 hours per night. And there will be a question and answer section kind of spaced out in the middle during breaks, but also at the very end of each night. So that ought to be fun. I think that'll be real fun to some people that might not have the opportunity to go to a classroom environment, either because of the current situation, or maybe you just don't have a club close to you that ever does classroom training. So I think that'll be a really good thing. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, we got 2 suggestions in the chat while you were talking. Terry says virtual flea market. We bantered about that idea for a bit.
Yeah,
that's kind of scary for us.
Yeah.
And then,
it's I guess you know flea markets are just so. Where are you going to get the stuff? I mean, like I've got a few things to sell, but I wouldn't say I have a flea market's worth of stuff. So I guess you could bring people on and say, put in the chat if you have something to sell, and just kind of do almost like sometimes they'll do a 2-meter repeater net. Okay, you got this. Here's here's how you contact this person. Maybe that's an idea.
Yeah, and then Aaron says Logbook of the World video. Logbook of the World's involved.
Yeah, it is.
It'll be a nice multi-part series as we wait for the postcard to come back in the mail.
It's true. I sent them, we have a club call for one of our clubs up here, and I registered the club call 3 months ago, and I still haven't got a postcard back yet. So usually it didn't take me that long to get mine back for my own call. Yeah, so SM2 VJX says, I'm scanning for 6-meter openings, but it's a bit early. Another week or 2, maybe. Logbook. Yeah, Lionel says you're in Mid-Cities. I'm in Grapevine. And Hearst is just 15 minutes that direction. You can't see which direction I'm pointing, but believe me, it's that direction. So,
and Mike says, get out some of them old radios. I got a Kenwood 430 that I need to figure out if it actually works or not. I got it from a Silent Key out here in Minnesota area. And the first time I turned it on, it didn't work. And that could just be way too many buttons, and most of them were pushed in the wrong direction.
Yeah. I've got a 430 sitting on the ground right there. It does not work. So
I have another one. I have a 570, I think it is.
Yep.
570D, and it works. And if I ever hook up a digital mode, the very first thing it does is turn the mic gain down to 0 and leave it there. And when I switch back to sideband, nobody can hear me. And it took me a while to figure out, something turned my mic off.
It doesn't go back by itself, huh? Wow.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Weird, huh?
I've got a POTA series coming up.
Cool.
My first video is going to drop next week about building a 20-meter antenna.
Okay.
So, and then getting the battery. I'm trying to do a cheap old man style, and want to see what I can throw together on a near 0 budget on purpose, just to oh crap, get up and go. Let's
that's
do
a good
that.
idea. No, that's a really good idea. I've done 2 or 3 POTA videos. I've got 2 more that I haven't edited and posted yet, but I've posted 2 or 3, and it's really kind of fun. The things you learn while doing them, and then after you post the video, the things people ask you, you're like, I didn't even think about that, but okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that'll be good. Are you doing a POTA activation or just a setup video?
I'm going to do a total activation, and right now I'm doing the setup. So I built the antenna that I'm going to take with me, and then I'm going to get a battery set up and get out, and then I'm going to find the park. I mean, I know where the park is. I've been there, but I'm going to activate that. And it's a town in the middle of nowhere in Wisconsin, so I know nobody's activated this park. So that ought to be good for some contacts there.
Are your parks still open right now?
I have no idea. We got snow on the ground. I also live on a farm, so it's like I got 40 acres. Why go to a park at this point?
Well, yeah. Well, to do a POTA activation. But
that's it. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. If you would actually want to activate the park, you have to go there. So, but they closed all our parks about a week ago.
Wisconsin's stay-at-home order is stay at home unless you need to go out. Then go out.
Well, that's basically what Texas is right now. They said, nobody's walking around the streets telling people to go back home. I don't think that would fly in Texas, quite frankly. But
I can imagine.
But they've closed a lot of the non-essential businesses. Now, how they differentiate between essential and non-essential is a little bit skeptical. But they did close all the state parks about a week ago, and I think that's going to be true until the end of. I think it's the end of April is when they said that they're going to reevaluate or something like that. So I guess we'll see what happens with that. But
yeah,
that's the one thing. I did 2 activations before they did that, and I went out to the park, and man, there was nobody there. There were people in the park elsewhere. There was nobody around me when I set up my antenna and did my activations. I was the only one in my little area. I was like, this is social distancing, man. I'm not near anyone. So,
yep. So Curtis says he's in East Texas and he's got 75 degrees one day and 45 the next. That's kind of what we had here. I had a 60-degree day followed by 4 inches of snow, and we're below 30 today.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then Aaron says a video on Ham Radio Deluxe. I'm going to do a video, like real short set, maybe a couple of 5-minute videos here, 10-minute videos there of websites I use for ham radio and why I like them, and log programs I use and stuff like that. I got a lot of little tiny bits of software that I use here and there.
Yeah, that'd be good information. I did one on installing Ham Radio Deluxe, but I haven't done one on using Ham Radio Deluxe yet, because that's a really deep program. I mean, you could spend like a week inside of that thing trying to learn everything it does, and you still may not get everything. So, which means it's a really good, very robust program. I know that the guy who wrote it I think he moved to like Australia, but he used to live and he used to be in Texas, and I've met him several times at local hamfest. He's a really nice dude, but it's very involved. That's one thing I do want to do. I want to sit down and take a day or two and just tool around inside of Ham Radio Deluxe and learn it a little bit more.
You could do a 10-part series on HRD's DM708 or whatever it is, the digital mode tool that's baked into it, because that's a pretty involved. And then 182 QKFTW is asking what my channel is. My channel is temporarily offline.
Post it in the chat, Steve, and it'll probably come back and tell you that it's been blocked, but I can approve it over here. Yeah, Bob says the problem with the swap net is that if someone gets screwed on a deal, they'll blame you forever.
Yeah.
So, which is true. Yeah, that's the risk you take. You kind of have to give people that information up front. It's not a bad idea. I don't know. I have to think about the best way to implement that if we decide to do that.
It liked my link. It didn't complain.
Well, it didn't come through as a link to me. You just put temporary offline in quotes.
Yeah, there's one more coming after that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it hadn't popped up on my screen yet.
I left the HTTP off. I'm sure they're smart enough to figure it out, though.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm sure they are. So
meaning YouTube. I know you guys in the chat are smart enough to figure it out.
No, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Whew. Okay. Let's go over here. I'm going to go. Yeah, 10 meters is. Oh, yeah, 10 meters is lit up. Here's my waterfall for 10 meters here. Boom. Look at that. There's my WSJTX waterfall at the top there, the wide graph.
Yeah, that's on fire, man.
Do what?
I said that's on fire.
Yeah. I mean, for 10 meters, that's 10 meters right now. That's really good. Since that band's been so quiet for so long.
I don't know. You could probably do worked all states on FT8 in the next 3 days.
Maybe. Yeah, I need to go. I guess I need to go back out there and get my.
JJ's asking a Fusion question in the chat. I don't know anything about Fusion.
Okay, let me look. Can you use an HR200 with just one HT, or do you use some sort of base unit? Basically, JJ, no, you would need a lot of the firmware for these new for like the FT2D and the FT3D firmware will now let you use the radio as a node without an HRI 200, but you still need two radios. You need a node radio and you need something to actually key up and talk into. So you can take the HRI 200 and plug it into a radio and then use an HT to talk into that node, or you can use the newer firmware in like the FTM 100 and 400 or the 2D and 3D and turn the radio into a node without an HRI 200, but you still need a second radio to talk into it. That's my understanding anyway. That's my understanding because I've used the HRI 200 plugged into an FTM 100 and created a node with that WiresX node with that and plug that up. And then I use my handy talkie to talk into that node. I've done that, but I've not used any of the newer updated firmware to actually turn the radio into a node yet. I need to do that just because I want to know how it's done. But Hosh has a couple videos up on that, I think, where he did that. So you might go check Ham Radio Crash Course for that. Yeah. Yo, Bob says he uses MacLogger DX.
Yep.
So, bump.
Yeah, and Aaron's agreeing you don't need two radios for the HRI.
Two radios, okay. Yeah, that might have been a feature of the new firmware where you didn't need two radios anymore. So you might be able to just enable it and use one radio, because used to be you needed two. You needed an HRI 200 box along with a radio to create a node, and then a second radio to talk into all of that mess. That was kind of one of the fallbacks of Fusion, in my opinion. It's like way too much hardware to accomplish what you're trying to do.
Yeah, 2 meters in my area is just absolutely dead.
Really?
Yeah, nobody's on. I mean, there's not a lot of population out here anyway.
Yeah. So, okay. Well, I think I might shut this down and go see if I can fix my antenna and get on 10 meters, because it's rolling in here pretty nicely right now. I might as well take advantage of it.
You going to stick on FT8 or are you going to try and do some phone?
Good question. I'm going to see how this antenna tunes. I might try to do some phone.
Yeah.
I might try to do some phone. I'll post in the chat and let you know.
All right, awesome. See if we can make contact.
Yeah, for sure.
Should be fairly easy from the north-south corridor there.
Yeah, yeah, you're far enough to the east where I should be able to do that. My biggest challenge is due north, like Kansas and South and North Dakota are usually my biggest. East and west is easy.
Yeah, I'm a lot more east than Dakotas.
Yeah, a little bit. So cool.
All right, Jason, this has been fun. We got to do this again.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. We'll probably do it again next week because all this stuff going on. I've been wanting to do it. Last week I was in Galveston, so I didn't have my whole setup here. But now that I've got this going, I want to do a little bit more live streaming while everybody's stuck at home. So thanks, man. I appreciate you joining.
Yeah, no problem.
All right. Have a good one.
See ya.
All right, we're going to shut it down, guys. Thank you very much for joining. If you're watching this after the fact, put your comments below. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. And we will go from there. I'm going to try to put my antenna back together and see if it'll tune up on 10 meters. So 73, and y'all stay safe. Bump.